This is going to be an exercise in logic, hard, true logic. And I'm going to use my life as an example, as a living example of how the mind dominates it all, how it is impeccable in its path towards the truth, right? And let me exercise my emotional memory, because I, as a being who's been on this earth for eons, I remember my last birth. I remember my last 9 months within the vessel that brought me here. I wouldn't call her mother, because she was just a means to an end. The end was me. So in that period in which I was there gestating 9 months, I remember, and I know through reliable sources, that this woman smoked a lot, 3 packs a day. Therefore, I can understand why I feel an utter rejection for cigarettes and the smoking activity, which led me to reject many women in my life because they smoked, and I couldn't bear the smell and the taste, the ashtray taste in their tongues and mouths. Logic leads the way. I've also experienced an utter rejection for drugs, no matter what kind we're talking about. I don't choose the rejection. The rejection chose me since I was born. And that's probably because the vessel that brought me here tried many drugs, was high during many weeks of the pregnancy, be that through marijuana, heroin, cocaine, you name it. I link my rejection to that activity of hers. I've also discovered throughout my life that I don't feel a certain harmony with the human male body. I don't like penises. I don't like watching penises. I don't hate them, but I don't feel a connection except with my own, right? But not with random penises walking around in a dressing room, right? And logic brings me back to the past, where I was inside, both in the fetal position where the head is up, and afterwards when the head is facing south, right? Why, do you wonder? It's because I'm sure that vessel, that female vessel, was insatiable in the consumption of penises through her pussy. This is also confirmed by outer reliable sources. They tell me that she would take penises of all sizes and shapes while I was inside, trying to sleep, trying to nourish myself. I would hear the pounding and just feeling earthquakes in that sort of watery paradise, right? And afterwards, surely, when my head was facing south, about to come out, I might have been forced to have some penises in my proto mouth, and why not some semen flushing up and just being splattered on my face. Logic shows me why I don't like penises around me. It's impeccable. You cannot deny this sort of rational exercise. And the last straw that breaks this logical camel's back is my fondness for the female orgasm, or orgasm par excellence, which is the pussy, the vagina, in all its complexity, like this orchid, showing up and calling us, beckoning us. Right? I do love it, and I think there's a reason for that as well. Logic pushes me down that path. And what's the reason, my dear viewer, you would say? Well, it's because when I was born, when I first showed a glimpse of my head into this world, I suddenly realized where I was. I smelled, and I said, this is tasty. And I think that after that first foretaste, if you will, after that tasting of the vagina as a baby, I became in love with the female body in general. You cannot argue with my logic. I hope this has been useful and that you can apply it to your own life, however you wish.